a year ago, but the question is now he's taken it upon himself to try to get this Cavalier ball club to the playoffs. Probably a great goal to have in mind for year two.
No question. LeBron came in, obviously had a great rookie season. Now he's stepping into the NBA this year with more people to work with. Here he is driving, showing his athletic ability. We all know he had that, but this is the area that he's really worked on this summer. The short jump shot, working on improving that jumper. If he does that, it could be scary.
Yeah, after averaging close to 21 points, over 5 rebounds and 6 assists last year, as you see the numbers, only Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson ever did that as rookies in this league. That's pretty heady company to be in, Mark.
That's tremendous company to be in, but I tell you what, this kid has the ability to be that good.
And LeBron James of the Cavaliers, again, went from 17 to 35 wins. Can that increase this year with the playoffs in mind? It all starts for LeBron James and Fred Zadrunas Ilgauskas and the rest of the Cavaliers tonight against a team that won 61 games a year ago. Cavaliers of the Pacers straight ahead.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work. And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
2 letters. TV. Simple, right? Except these days there's HD TV, ED TV.
We could get an LCD TV.
If we don't get help, we'll end up with NOTV.
At CircuitCity.com, you can research all the hot new products, compare ratings, even buy online. Plus, find a huge selection of all the top brands every day. Circuit City.
It's the Best Damn Sports Show's Fall Spectacular. 60 days of the biggest names in sports and entertainment. 60 days of special events and outrageous moments. 60 days of Tom on the loose all across the country. This fall, Best Damn raises the ante and turns sports television upside down. The Best Damn Sports Show's Fall Spectacular. Tonight, only on FSN.
Survival is an art. And in this ring lies a canvas on which the artists create their masterpiece. This is where inspiration breeds action and action conflict. This is where anger and intensity give way to rage and fury. And this is the battleground on which our champions will collide in a cataclysmic orgy of aggression.
Sunday, November 14th, Xbox presents Survivor Series. Get your tickets now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cavaliers basketball here on FSN Ohio. We are joined by Cavaliers guard Eric Snow. Eric, first of all, just welcome back home for the Canton native. How's it feel to be back home?
Feels great. Really excited to be back, be around family and in the northeastern Ohio area, and really looking forward to helping this team win this year.
As a kid, was it a little bit of a dream? I know everyone dreams to be in the NBA, but to play at home has got to be something special.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't pretty much think it could happen, but I'm just blessed and really fortunate that it has.
All right, your thoughts on this season and this Cavaliers team?
I mean, the talent's there, the depth is there, and now we just got to put the product, together and go out on the court and win games. But I think this team is more than capable of making the playoffs. But we just got to stick to our effort, stick to the things Coach Silas tells us to do, and go out and play hard every night.
I know there was talk about it in the paper today about you coming off the bench rather than starting. Does that make a big deal to you, or how's that play into your game?
No, it's no big deal. I mean, Coach is still going to play me the same amount of minutes that he would have played me as a starter. So. And it was never really etched in stone that I was a starter here anyway. I mean, they said from day one, the day I was traded, that it was a chance that I probably wouldn't start. So I don't seem why people always seem to make it a bigger issue than it is.
Well, for Coach, I would think that this gives him the ability to say, hey, our bench is a lot better this year than it was last year. Just talk about this team from 1 to 10, the guys that are able to play.
Yeah, I think everyone that's on this team is able to play. I mean, you're talking about a league of 400 players, so I think everybody that's in this league is more than capable of contributing. But obviously, you have to start with LeBron and Z. I mean, you have 2 guys that are excellent players, extremely talented, that can draw double teams. You have Jeff, who's a great lead guard. Drew Gooden is going to play well for us. Power forward, bringing energy and rebounding. Lucius, a great outside shooter. 2 young guys in Luke and Sasha, who's good young perimeter players. Ira's a good perimeter player, excellent defender. Dewan, when he's healthy, is probably the best scorer on the team. And of course, we have Tractor, Scott, and Anderson and Ghana. I hope I didn't forget anyone that are a bit more than serviceable backup bigs that are going to come out and contribute whenever called.
All right, I was going to say, last question for you. Finally, preseason's over. You get to play a game tonight. How refreshing is that?
Well, I love to practice. I love to play. But you still want to play the games that really count, because those are the ones that's going to determine how far you go and where you place during the season.
Eric, we really appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Eric Snow, a little bit of the Canton connection, a little Akron-Canton connection between Eric and LeBron James. When we come back, it's tip-off right here on FSN Ohio, the Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers.
Cavaliers basketball on FSN Ohio is being brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. Also by GMC. We are professional grade. By Jared, the gallery of jewelry with 5 times the selection of ordinary jewelry stores. And also by Pontiac, your first ever Pontiac G6. Go to www.firsteverg6.com. It's opening night with all the bells and whistles that are attached to it out of Gund Arena. What could be better than that? Cavaliers and the Pacers right around the corner for you on FSN Ohio.
And the wheel goes round and round. The wheel goes round and round. The wheel goes round and round.
It's time to think inside the box. Juicy beef, 2 kinds of beans, tomatoes, onions, peppers, preservative-free. It's all inside. Stag chili is the chili lovers love.
This is the Sports List
with Summer Sanders.
the show that counts down anything
and everything
in the world of sports.
The Sports List, tonight on FSN.
Who took my Heineken?
Excitement, anticipation, everything on go for the Cavaliers as this 2004-2005 season begins. This town has been excited by the way that Jim Paxson and owner Gordon Gunn have reworked this basketball team over the summer, and of course now the object in the month of April, the playoffs for the Cavaliers. Great to have you along. Before we get it rolling, let's check in with the head coach of the Cavaliers. We asked Paul Silas about his expectation level for his Cavalier basketball squad.
Well, you know, I just think we have a chance to be real good, and I continue to say that. How well we would do depends on a lot of factors, but if the players remain healthy, I think we can do some great things this year. We happen to have really good guys that know how to play the game, and that's the ultimate.
So Paul Silas in his second year as a Cavaliers head coach, his 10th year in the NBA, and of course with LeBron James and winning that Rookie of the Year hardware last season. Let's take a look at the Cavaliers starting lineup tonight, and Paul Silas will put on the floor for the wine and gold. Jeff McGinnis, absolutely fabulous since coming over in that trade last year, along with Lucius Harris, the shooter out of Long Beach State, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who averaged 16 a game and 7 rebounds a year ago, Drew Gooden out of Kansas, now on that front line, and of course will be joined by LeBron James, who moves from the 2 spot to now the small forward, the 3 spot. And there's Paul Silas and his mark with the 35 wins for the Cavaliers last year. All right, let's flip that over and take a look at Rick Carlisle's Indiana Pacers. 61 wins a year ago, best in the NBA, but they are decimated by injury. They'll go with Jamal Tinsley and the newly acquired Steven Jackson in the backcourt. Scott Parler to man the middle without Jermaine O'Neal and Jeff Foster. Austin Crozier will be joined by the Defensive Player of the Year, Ron Artest. And there's Rick Carlisle. He wins his 61 games a year ago in his first season with the Indiana Pacers. Settle back and enjoy from the corner of Carnegie and Huron right here in downtown Cleveland. Time to take you to the hoop on FSN Ohio as the Cavaliers will get the first look at the offensive end. And of course, Drew Gooden, after the defection to Carlos Boozer, now had a terrific preseason for the Cavaliers. Ilgauskas will back down Pollard. Gooden tried to keep it alive, and Pollard will run it down.
That's a key that the Cavaliers, I think, will look to see early and often, Michael, during this game. Obviously, with Jermaine O'Neal out of the ball game, as well as Jeff Foster, the Cavs should have an advantage inside.
We say no Jermaine O'Neal and no Reggie Miller as Ron Artest comes to work with the left hand. Wouldn't drop, and LeBron James wants to quicken the tempo to the offensive end.
The Cavs would definitely like to push the ball up the floor, create more tempo. The Pacers want to walk it up the floor, turn it into a crawl. So we'll see who dominates the tempo part of the game.
McGinnis tried to turn the corner on Ron Artest and the Defensive Player of the Year. Mark, he's as physical as can be, and is there an intimidation factor there with the way Ron Artest tries to impose his defensive will?
Well, no question he tries to impose his will. He's going to be physical. He's going to put his body on people. You just have to be prepared mentally to deal with that for 48 minutes.
Lucius Harris had to give it up. This is Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Gooden again tried to keep it alive as he starts 0 for 2 from the perimeter. Opening night here at Gund Arena, and that's Jamal Tinsley to knock down that face-up jumper to get Indiana on the board.
That's an area that Jamal Tinsley's worked extremely hard this summer on his jump shooting, creating more range in his shot. So look for him, particularly with some guys out, to look to create a little bit more offense.
Indiana defensively one of the best in the business. Ilgauskas will get the roll. Great look from LeBron James with that quick touch pass.
Well, everybody talks about his ability to score, but LeBron James has a tremendous ability to pass the ball, and that was an example of just a great pass to Z for a layup.
That was so impressive about him a year ago, Mark, making everybody better around him on the squad.
Well, the great players not only do well themselves, as you saw Steven Jackson just drive to the hoop. Uncontested that time, but LeBron does such a job of making his teammates better. The really great players make their teammates better.
Steven Jackson with a little bit different look than he had last year with the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, Steven Jackson was a pickup the Pacers made to try to get them over the top. To bring a Reggie Miller off the bench, that's saying a lot.
Drew Gooden with his first jumper as a Cavalier. The Cavaliers from the perimeter have missed 3 jump shots here in the early going. Indiana by 2 with the basketball. Artest buried LeBron James down under the hole and finished with the left hand.
Well, right away you see Indiana, they want to come down, they want to run their sets. Right now they're dictating the tempo and they're getting the shots they want.
James wants to slash on Artest. Now LeBron with that big size advantage will load it up. Shot's not going down early for the Cavaliers.
Well, there's probably a little bit of nervousness going on. It's your first game, opening night. They're getting the jitters out early. Hopefully they'll settle down and start knocking some of those shots down.
Off the Steven Jackson miss. 3 minutes into it, Jeff McGinnis to the offensive end. McGinnis, well, the Cavaliers 20-11 last year in the McGinnis start. McGinnis with the left hand wouldn't go. Ilgauskas on the stick back.
It's a nice drive. Z followed it up, got the rebound. I think there's going to be opportunity for the Cavs to get some offensive rebounds tonight.
Oh, yeah, no Jeff Foster, no Jermaine O'Neal. So a lot of size missing. Jackson will back down. Crozier ran baseline and flushed in traffic.
It's interesting to see how Indiana is approaching this game. They don't have O'Neal. They don't have Foster. They're using Artest as their post-up guy right now.
Well, Artest, I think Cavaliers thought yesterday at practice that maybe Artest, who knows, might go 48 minutes in this one. Ilgauskas is going to get to the free throw line. Well, Zydrunas could pretty much get what he wants. All right, let's put Cavalier legend Mark Price to work. Time for our Toyota keys to the game. Mark, what is crucial for Cavaliers' success tonight?
Well, one, they have to play big. By playing big, without Jermaine O'Neal, without Jeff Foster, they need to look to Zydrunas early and often tonight. Run or walk. Who's going to run the ball? The Cavs would like to. Indiana would like to walk it up and run their sets as we've seen early. And then you got offense versus defense. You got one of the most exciting players in LeBron James offensively going against the NBA Defensive Player of the Year and Ron Artest. It'll be an interesting matchup to see which way it goes tonight.
Now you just saw Jermaine O'Neal, who was among the missing. O'Neal, really remember last year during that Eastern Conference final against the Detroit Pistons, hurt himself and then came up with the foot injury and during the preseason, not able to go. Artest got shut off. That shot clock inside 10 as Artest will hoist and hit that jumper.
I tell you, he's really a guy that puts a lot of pressure on you because he can do so many different things. All of a sudden, they're running their offense through Artest tonight in the low post, making it difficult on LeBron James to have to defend him down there.
Indiana by 4. Zydrunas will reel through the paint. Wouldn't fall for Z. Austin Crozier coming away with the basketball. Remember now, ladies and gentlemen, last year this Indiana ball club, second only to Detroit, giving up just 85 a game. Austin Crozier, he loves to do that, spot up and unload that three.
The reason they have Austin Crozier on the floor, obviously, with the two big guys out, but he does have the ability to stretch the defense.
Great look from LeBron James to Z. That's pick and roll, classically run as Zydrunas finished.
That's about as good as you can do it right there. That's pretty. A nice pick up top. LeBron came off and hit the pass right for a layup.
Mark Price is sitting next to me. Larry Nance is here, and we saw a lot of that in Cavalier days gone by.
I made my living off that pick and roll, Michael. You know that.
I know you did. Artest will cross over. Ron Artest, it rattled but went for him, so Artest with a quick 6. You know, we were told about, about 6:30 tonight that Artest wasn't going to play. That his knee acted up on him in practice yesterday, wouldn't be able to go, but here he is in this lineup and already was 6 quickly.
Well, as Coach Carlisle told us earlier, he loves these kind of situations, getting a chance to play against LeBron James. I think he thought twice about sitting this one out.
Oh, yeah. Zydrunas Ilgauskas just got whistled by the referee Ed Malloy for going over the back as Drew Gooden misfired on that jump hook. So Z with his and the Cavaliers' first foul of the evening.
Yeah, just reached over the top. Easy call to make.
Oh, Jamal Tinsley with Steven Jackson, Austin Crozier, Ron Artest, and Scott Pollard. Reggie Miller, of course, among the missing. Steven Jackson can do that. Spotting up and trying to stick that three as LeBron James will bounce to the front court for the Cavaliers.
We talked about tempo early in the game. Right now, it seems to be Indiana's favor. Cavs are doing a good job of moving the ball. And that's just a good, tough shot in the lane, but a shot that he's capable of hitting.
Jeff McGinnis came up front rim on that floater. Now Indiana with the basketball and up by 4. Great to have you part of it here on FSN Ohio. Opening night out of Gund Arena. Jackson to reload again.
Well, look for Jackson and Artest to get up plenty of shots tonight, Michael. When Jermaine O'Neal, Reggie Miller, Anthony Johnson, and Jeff Foster are in the lineup, those two guys are going to get their share.
We'll talk about that when we get back. Pick and roll, classically done. Zydrunas Ilgauskas set the screen, roll into the rim. Z with all Cavalier 8.
Make the holidays special this year with Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Starting November 1st, 6 lucky winners will win a $250 Jared the Gallery of Jewelry gift card. Just send a postcard to the address below, including your name, age, address, and phone number, or register at www.fsnohio.com. So make the holiday special this year and get registered for the ultimate holiday giveaway. Sponsored by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Come on, Cap!
Nice.
I'll be right back. Watch your seat, huh?
Yeah, I got on here. Sorry, my buddy's sitting there. Hello? You'll be fine.
What'd I miss?
Just a little D.
Our linemen are probably some of the hardest working guys I know. Linemen are tough guys. All of them have a tough job. The only easy days is 80 degrees and sun shining. If there's no storm, that's the easy day. The rest of them are all hard.
When storms roll in and you look out the window and the trees are coming down and the shingles are coming off the roof, you wouldn't even think that there are people out there. And we're out there putting your power back on.
In our effort to get the customer back on, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Zadrunas Ilgauskas with all Cavalier aid has scratched the scorebook. Indiana out to that 4-point advantage. Uniforms tonight brought to you by Cintas. The good folks there, the uniform people. Cavaliers, of course, in their white homes trimmed in the wine and gold with the blue numbers. And Indiana with a navy blue pinstripe with their now very recognizable Indiana Pacers gold. As we said, the excitement, the anticipation, all a part of opening night, and mark the offseason when you go from 17 wins to 35 wins, obviously. But now the Cavaliers got to make that next jump up into that 45 to 50 win area to become a playoff team.
And that second jump's a little bit tougher too, Michael. You know, working your way up initially. Now teams, they know Cleveland's coming in with an opportunity to compete. As you see LeBron James do what he does, just jumped over somebody.
Yeah, how strong is that? In a post-up, and Paul Silas said we're going to post up LeBron more this year. Let him use that 245 pounds of strength and put shoulders on people.
Not only does he have the strength to post up, but Steven Jackson shows some strength himself there driving to the basket. But just got by Lucius Harris. But LeBron, you know, not only is he strong down there, as you see in this replay right here, but he has the ability to pass the ball out of the double team if they come down. So I think Paul Silas is wise to use him in that position.
And he took the Defensive Player of the Year in this league from a season ago. Steven Jackson, young man from Oak Hill Academy, connects on his first. Well, Steven Jackson last year averaged 18 points and almost 5 boards and 3 assists with the Atlanta Hawks. Now, of course, to say those numbers were put up on a team that didn't sniff even close to getting to the playoffs, but everybody in this league likes this young man's offensive abilities.
A lot of people think this guy could be the sleeper trade of the summer because they really feel that he gives Indiana another offensive weapon out on the floor.
Zadrunas wants it against 6'7" Ron Artest. Help came. Shot clock at 4. Jeff McGinnis went glass. And it's all right now Pollard and Foster not allowing the Cavaliers a second chance opportunity.
Well, they're doing a good job, particularly Pollard, of rebounding the basketball. And once again, there you see Ron Artest posting up on the inside. And, you know, he seems to be their post-up guy tonight, the way they're running it.
Ron Artest with 8. He averaged 18.5 last year in his 6th year now out of St. John. So Indiana by 6. And Artest just got whistled for his second personal foul by referee Greg Willard. And Artest let out a primal scream as that whistle was levied against him.
Well, he tried to get up. We know how physical he is on the defensive end. He just got a little too handsy that time coming in, working, trying to slap the ball away, got the call, and that puts Indiana in a tough position right now.
Now, Ron Artest will sit with his 8 points and the 2 personal fouls. Fred Jones out of Oregon. Jones wears number 20 now in his 3rd year in the NBA. He was a teammate, by the by, of Cavaliers' #1 selection, Luke Jackson, for the Oregon Ducks. James will fade away. LeBron James, sweet stroke in that jumper. Tough angle mark behind that glass.
Tough angle, but has the ability to jump up over Jones and shoot the ball. That's an area that he likes to shoot from.
Well, LeBron going to the hole with his first hoop of the night and now dropping that soft jumper. He's got 4. Cavaliers back to within 4. This is Jackson. And threw it away. First turnover tonight on Indiana. Got indecisive, did Steven Jackson.
Yeah, he did. Got in the middle. The Cavs did a good job of recovering. Made a tough pass, and Cavs got the ball.
Cavaliers could cut it back to 2, maybe to 1 on this trip as we're inside the 4-minute mark. James against Jackson. Size advantage LeBron. James on the duck through. How sweet and soft is that? The delivery from the baseline from the Rookie of the Year in this league.
That was just a beautiful move. He hit the fadeaway last time down. He faked the fadeaway, did the up and under that time. That was a pretty shot.
Quick 6 in a hurry for LeBron James. Now Jackson had it stripped by James. Got to go to work Austin Crozier, and he got Drew Gooden off his feet. Let's take another look at LeBron James. Mark, this is 3 straight hoops for James in different ways.
Fakes the shot, steps up and under, just like you teach it. Of course, that finger roll at the end is a little tougher than most people realize. That was a pretty shot.
You can draw that up on the board all you want, but execution sometimes a little bit more degree of difficulty there, huh?
That's right. You got to put it in the basket at the end.
Austin Crozier now in his 8th year out of Providence. If you remember back, he didn't even play much in the first round series against Boston. But then by the time he got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, he was in the starting lineup trying to match up against some of Detroit's size and played well offensively.
Well, he gives them an option that they don't have with some of the other big guys. He has the ability to step out on the floor, stretch the defense out, hit some jump shots, and that helped him when they were playing Detroit in that series.
Now Indiana's zoning up against the Cavaliers. LeBron James. This is McGinnis baseline. Wouldn't drop for Jeff McGinnis. Jeff shot it almost at 60% from the floor in the preseason.
Shot the ball tremendously well in the preseason, and right now he's unable to get it going early on.
This is Fred Jones being checked by Lucius Harris, another one of the Cavaliers' new acquisitions. Jackson in a back down. Gave it up to a diving Scott Pollard, who finished with the left hand.
Well, there's no question you can see the game plan of the Indiana Pacers. They got big guards. They're using Steven Jackson and Ron Artest to do the post-up work. And if you double team, they kick it out. If you don't, they take it to the rim.
Indiana by 6. Cavaliers shot it extremely well at almost 48% in the preseason. Lucius Harris, terrific give to Ilgauskas, who went straight to the rim. Z's got 10.
That's just good basketball. Drive to the basket. Defense helped. As you said, Jamal Tinsley came down. That's not very good defense that time. Letting the guy dribble all the way down, right through the middle of everybody.
Tinsley answering the Zydrunas Ilgauskas hoop. James wants to take Crozier. Well, LeBron got Austin Crozier off his feet and is going to get to the free throw line. All right, inside the 2-minute mark, timeout on the floor. It's been Zydrunas Ilgauskas with 10 and LeBron James with 6. Cavaliers down by a half dozen.
A fiesta's not really a fiesta without the new Donato's Chicken Queso Pizza. Rich, spicy queso sauce topped with tender roasted chicken, Roma tomatoes, and crispy tortilla strips. The new Donato's Chicken Queso Pizza. Right now, try a medium for just $9.99. Get it while you can.
Men, I think our racing team needs to reflect our Supercut sponsorship. So, make some changes. First off, we're gonna go to clear helmets so racing fans can see your fine Supercut hair.
Those are made out of glass.
Y'all be careful. Second, uniform change.
How are we supposed to drive? There's no armholes.
Haven't figured that one out yet, but we're working on it.
Man, I'm out of here.
Fellas,
You're out of your mind. That's not
where you going?
Supercuts, proud sponsor of Fitz Bradshaw Racing.
Can you drive a stick?
Advance Auto Parts. No matter when or where.
It doesn't take a degree in engineering to know that your car needs regular oil and filter changes. That's why we're ready in advance with brand names you trust. Castrol, Valvoline, Pennzoil, all in stock at ready-to-go low prices. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and price. We're ready in advance.
Now open until 9 p.m. on Sundays.
Indiana shooting the basketball well at 56%, opening up this 6-point lead. All right, Cavaliers fans, you can enter the Fox Sports Net Ultimate Holiday Giveaway for your chance to win a $250 gift certificate from Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry, and all of us here at FSN Ohio. And get that gift pack and to enter, send a postcard with your name, address, daytime, phone number. The address on your screen. Winners will be announced beginning the 18th of this month of November. Well, just great to be back, and do hope that your off-season went well. And now it's time for, Mark, 6 months of an 82-game war that is an NBA season to see if the Cavaliers can reach those heights that we talked about that this organization hasn't been in 6 years, and that's to be an Eastern Conference playoff team.
Well, there's no question the Cavs' goal this year is to make it to the playoffs. They have the ability to do that. Right now they're facing a team tonight that has even higher aspirations. You know, there's no question the people in Indiana are expecting them to compete for the Eastern Conference this year, and you can see how they play when they come out with the intensity level. It's a good barometer for the Cavs to play against a team like this early to see what it takes to bring it every night.
Oh, absolutely. And how about this Central Division in the newly realigned NBA with the Detroit Pistons and Indiana Pacers? Two teams that met in the Eastern Conference Finals, and of course Detroit winning it all last year. They're joining the Cavaliers, Milwaukee, and Chicago in what should be a very competitive divisional race.
Should be a lot of fun. All those teams are going to be much improved, and even Detroit winning it last year. A lot of people feel like they're better this year than they were last year.
I'm one of them. Antonio McDyess, Derek Coleman, and Carlos Delfino. I think they got better. LeBron James splits the pair. Cavaliers down 5. Steven Jackson just 1 of 6 from the floor. But other Pacers have been shooting it well. But Jamal Tinsley came up very short on that triple try. The Cavaliers maybe trying to get Drew Gooden or Jeff McGinnis off here, 2 of their main cogs. LeBron James tried to wrap around and had it stripped away. Jackson heading to the hole. Steven Jackson will send it down hard as Tinsley found him.
Well, there's no question right now that the Indiana Pacers have set the tone for the first quarter of this game. The Cavs have come out and have struggled really to find the rhythm on the offensive end.
Now rookie David Harrison now on the floor, being checked by Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Z wants a repost. Heading to the hoop. Jonathan Bender, who also checked in, 7 feet tall, out of Picayune High School in Mississippi, will get whistled for that foul as Zydrunas wanted to go strong.
Well, that was a nice move by Z. He just took it hard to the glass, got some help, used his body, and created contact.
Zydrunas with now 11 and looking for 12 as we say hello to Alexander Sasha Pavlovich. He really came on the last few preseason games, Mark. You'd have loved it last couple days of practice, coming off screens, really shooting the basketball. Young man from Serbia, Montenegro, and the Cavaliers got him after Utah exposed him in that expansion draft.
Coach Silas feels like this kid has a real opportunity to become a solid player in the rotation on this team. His coach last year in Utah, Jerry Sloan, really liked this kid. You know, Jerry Sloan likes you. You can play a little bit of basketball.
Absolutely right. Made 15 starts as a member of the Jazz. This is Jonathan Bender now against Drew Gooden. Bender went glass and finished in traffic with Gooden trying to deny him.
Jonathan Bender's a young man who the Pacers are they're waiting for a breakout year from him, Michael. They've been waiting. They're hoping this kid has all kinds of tools to work with. He just somehow hasn't been able to put it together yet.
He's a very skilled young man, obviously 6th year now in the league and just 24 years of age. The Cavaliers with 24 coming back in this shot clock now after the James missed jumper, but the Cavaliers could just about use it all now. You got about a 4-second differential between this game and shot clock as we wind down the first quarter.
Well, the only offense for the Cavs so far has been LeBron and Zydrunas. They really need to get some other guys involved and spread the wealth a little bit.
James being sized up by Jonathan Bender. Shot clock inside 10 now. And again, 4 seconds separating game and shot clock to wind down this first quarter. Shot clock at 4. James will cross over. LeBron got to the rim. Mark, I said it last year, you know, I thought coming in this league as a rookie that there might be nights that LeBron James got certainly bounced around a lot and maybe couldn't get to the rim, but nothing like that at all. He pretty much gets there whenever he wants.
Well, to be 6'8", obviously, and have the quickness, that first step that LeBron has, the ability to just blow by people, is one of the things that makes him special as a player. That was just an all-out mismatch with a 7-foot Bender trying to defend him at the top of the key.
Jamal Tinsley will return, and that'll be for David Harrison now with only 6 seconds left in this opening quarter. And here's the first Cavalier appearance of the young man from Canton McKinley High School, Eric Snow. Getting a huge round of applause as many fans who followed the high school scene here, Mark, back a few years ago. Remember Eric in his All-American days at Canton McKinley.
Tell you what, Eric Snow's a great example of a young man that wasn't expected to stick in this league, and he has just worked and worked and worked and made himself into a bona fide NBA player.
No doubt about it. Now Tinsley with 2. Got to get it started. Jamal Tinsley came up short, and that will end the first quarter of play. Well, the Cavaliers got 21 points from their big duo of Zydrunas Ilgauskas with 12 and LeBron James with 9. Eric Snow introducing this crowd. Z and LeBron trying to find some help. It's Indiana by 5 after 1.
Get a leg up on Thanksgiving Day and run for a great cause in the FSN Ohio Turkey Trot. It's a 5-mile run that winds around downtown Cleveland, with proceeds benefiting the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland. And even if you're not much of a runner, lace up your sneakers in the 1-mile fun run. Prizes will be awarded, and T-shirts will be given to the first 3,000 people signed up. For information, log on to www.hermescleveland.com. So don't wait. Sign up today for the FSN Ohio Turkey Trot. It's a Mighty Mac showdown as college football Saturday heats up on FSN Ohio. The Bowling Green Falcons want to climb to the top of the conference, and they're ready to take down the competition. But the Buckin' Broncos of Western Michigan are up for the challenge, and they're going to fight for a win. Watch the MAC action on College Football Saturday at 1 with Bowling Green, Western Michigan, right here on FSN Ohio.
Honey, does this make me look fat?
You betcha.
In the time it takes to pull out the sleeper sofa, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Can your glue do this or this? Wonder Glue can, but it won't save you any money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
Indiana by 5 as you get your first 0-4-5 look at the Cavalier girls, who have certainly exploded on the scene here in the city of Cleveland with the Cavalier organization. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, LeBron James had all 21 that the Cavaliers put on the board here in the first stanza of this 0-4-0-5 season. Great to have you part of it alongside Cavalier legend Mark Price, who we're pleased to have with us during all of our telecasts on FSN Ohio this year. I'm Michael Regai, and there's a familiar face, the Tractor, Robert Traylor, back for his second tour of duty. And Robert played very well in preseason for Paul Silas.
Well, Paul had Traylor with him when he was with New Orleans and really liked him. Brought him in here to give us another rebounding, another body for the inside.
Well, this is David Harrison, and Robert Traylor said, get that out of here, Rook.
Nothing like coming in, making your presence felt quickly.
Now the Tractor with that shot block. So it's Eric Snow with Sasha Pavlovich in the backcourt, LeBron James, Tractor Traylor, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
This is the area where the Cavs are going to be really, as you see, just a great pass from LeBron James to Z, who flashed under the basket, but looking for that second unit, Michael, is something that Paul Silas is obviously going to play with here the first few games. He obviously did it in the preseason, but who are the guys that he can count on coming off the bench night in, night out?
Now off that flush, Zydrunas with 14 to pace everybody. Indiana now with Eddie Gill on the floor, the backup point guard in the absence of Anthony Johnson. Another that is missing, and that's going to be a 3-second violation, and it is going to go. Going to Cavaliers, defensive 3-second violation. All right, Tractor Traylor got that. As we take a look at our Dodge first quarter numbers, Indiana shoot it real well and got on the glass against the Cavaliers too.
Well, they did. They got the good shots because they were getting them close to the basket. They were posting up Artest and Steven Jackson in particular in that first quarter, and just really allowed the Cavs, who I'm sure prepared for bigger guys doing the post up, and they're going to have to make some adjustments.
Steven Jackson missing that illegal D technical. I think the thing about this Cavalier backup unit, when you can go with Tractor Trailer and Ira Newble and Eric Snow and Scott Williams and of course even DeJuan Wagner when he comes back, Mark, there's maybe more depth on this ball club than we've seen in this organization in quite some time.
Well, Eric Snow in particular, I really like the pickup they made, getting him with his experience over the years. Obviously, this guy's been a starter a lot of his career, and now he's a guy that's coming in off the bench just to see another block.
Hey, how about Tractor Trailer? Robert Traylor working over young David Harrison. Harrison tried to go left hand there, and Tractor left his man and rebuked him.
Well, he got off his feet quick that time. Part of the problem he's had is making sure that, as you see, wow, Jonathan Bender throws one up and gets it answered.
Well, that shot clock was inside 2, and Jonathan Bender found the bottom of well on that 3 to put Indiana up 6 again. This is Sasha Pavlovich, the sweet stroke, his first jumper as a Cavalier. Mark, it's soft and mechanically it's sound, isn't it, leaving his hand?
That was a pretty perfectly looking shot coming off there. He did a nice job not only shooting the ball, but he set himself up, came off the screen as Jonathan Bender shoots another shot from the three-point line. And the Cavs now looking to change the tempo of this game a little bit.
LeBron James in a hurry, and that last touch is going to be Freddie Jones down at that baseline. Now watch Sasha Pavlovich coming off a screen, and this is part of his calling card, Mark.
Got his feet set, squared up to the basket, just rose up and knocked it down. That's just how you draw it up.
6-7 again, Serbia, Montenegro, and you know I say this softly. Comparisons in his country to a fellow by the name of Peja Stojakovic.
He's got a little ways to go to catch Peja, I think, but obviously you can see the ability there.
Eric Snow, his first jumper as a Cavalier. Look at it, Tractor, and one. Robert Traylor, couple of swats, and now going strong on the offensive glass.
Here you see on the shot, Eric Snow takes a jump shot, and Traylor just gets in there, battles, grabs it, puts it back up, and the foul. I'll tell you what, he's brought a lot of energy since he's been coming into the game. He's gotten 2 blocks on the defensive end, and now here he gets an offensive rebound, puts it in, help this Cavalier unit out.
Well, there's his numbers last year with the New Orleans Hornets as Robert completes that 3-point opportunity. Tractor shot 51% last year in New Orleans. That was the best of any member of that Hornets ball club, and Rick Carlisle doesn't like what he sees as the Cavaliers with the bench bunch, Traylor, Snow, Pavlovich getting it done, are on a 9-3 run to get back to within 1. See if it continues when we return to the gun.
If a lunar rover can get out of a ditch on the moon, if a tugboat can tow an enormous freighter, if an M1 tank can have a heavy-duty Allison transmission, then why can't your truck? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. The GMC Sierra line of pickups. Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Men, I think our racing team needs to reflect our Supercut sponsorship. So, make some changes. First off, we're going to go to clear helmets so racing fans can see your fine Supercut hair.
Those are made out of glass.
Y'all be careful. Second, uniform changes.
How are we supposed to drive? There's no armholes.
I haven't figured that one out yet, but we're working on that.
Man, I'm out of here.
Fellas,
You're out of your mind. That's not
where you going?
Supercuts, proud sponsor of Fitz Bradshaw Racing.
Can you drive a stick?
This is so sweet. You're asking me to marry you by text?
The more you text, the more you could win in the Text to Win MVP sweepstakes from Motorola. Alltel customers just text MVP to 2005-39 for a chance to win $1 million and tickets to Super Bowl 39 from Motorola at Alltel Stadium.
You're kidding, right?
So text for your chance to win. And right now, get a great deal on a Motorola phone from Alltel.
Cavaliers basketball right here on FSN Ohio, being brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the home of the real wing, and the original Super Happy Hour, and by Toyota. Toyota quality that's moving you forward. All roads lead to Gund Arena tonight as the Cavaliers back within one. How have they done it? Mark Price, energy for the second unit, specifically the big fella out of Michigan on the defensive end.
Well, the second unit's come in and really picked up the defensive intensity, and that's what allowed them to get down the floor and score. There you see 2 blocks by Robert Traylor, and that really set the tone for starting the second quarter.
Then the finish with one from the free throw line here at the other end. So the Cavaliers back within one. Ron Artest has returned. Left that jumper short. Jonathan Bender on the offensive glass to send it down hard.
Jonathan Bender making his presence felt as he's coming in the game as well. I tell you, this Indiana team, they got 4 guys out, Michael, out of their top 8. And yet you still see all the talent that they can put out on the floor. They're a very deep team.
And a tribute to Rick Carlisle. There's really not a lot of fall off. It's a ball club that, again, 61 wins a year ago. Ilgauskas. Zadrunas had it slapped back at him by Scott Pollard, who may have got some help from Bender. This is Eddie Gill out of Weber State in his 4th year in the league. Has had some spot tours of duty. Artest with a left hand. Pavlovich sent it away, but that's going to be a goaltend. Put that in the book for Ron Artest, who's got 10.
Ron Artest obviously known for his defense, but it seems like tonight with so many guys out, he's really taking it upon himself to be aggressive on the offensive end as well.
Cavaliers are down by 5 again after they had cut it to 1. Ilgauskas against Pollard. Z already with 14. Ira Newble on the floor for the Cavaliers. Z in traffic and got hit with a travel. That is just the 3rd turnover of the game in the last, now what Tom Boshenik, great to have Tommy with us, our man with the numbers, 51 possessions. 51 possessions, only 3 turnovers, strong valuing the basketball on opening night.
Well, there's nothing coaches like more than opportunities. You get a bunch of turnovers and it just kills your chances to score the basketball. There's Robert Traylor again grabbing a good rebound, starting the break.
But Eric Snow had that pass disrupted, and now Indiana wants to push a little bit. This is Eddie Gill. The face-up jumper is right there for Eddie Gill, and Indiana, and now has rattled off 6 in a row to go up by 7.
Well, after the timeout, Indiana's obviously picked up their intensity again and come back as Sasha tips up the shot a little bit off that time.
Pavlovich after he connected on his first misfiring here. So now Indiana on this 6-0 run, and Artest wants a lot more. Quick triggered that 3. The Cavaliers are the offensive end now. Ira Newble operating with Zadrunas Ilgauskas and Robert Traylor on that front line. Z got held by Scott Pollard, but over here on the weak side of the floor, Jonathan Bender, Fred Jones both got hit for the illegal defensive 3-second call. Here comes Scott Williams, the 15th-year veteran out of North Carolina, to give Zadrunas Ilgauskas a blow. And Mark, Scott Williams is going to be absolutely invaluable to the Cavaliers, not only on the floor, but for what he brings in that locker room as well.
He does. He reminds me a lot of a guy I played with by the name of Larry Nance. And, you know, he's one of these guys that not only is a quality player when you put him on the basketball floor, but he's a great locker room guy. You know, he really encourages guys in the locker room, keeps things light when they need to be light, and you know, that's just invaluable to have a guy like that.
Pavlovich will cross over baseline. Williams gave it up. Shot clock at 3. Newble's got to hoist it. And that's going to be a 24-second violation on the Cavaliers. A sound defensive job by the Indiana Pacers.
Well, we had a little bit of a run at the beginning of the second quarter, but other than that, the Cavaliers have struggled a little bit tonight, Michael, of getting a rhythm going offensively.
Yeah, they've had 6 possessions since LeBron James went out for his first rest of the night, and the Cavaliers with just the 2 points while LeBron has been seated. And Paul Silas telling us that he'd like to see LeBron's minutes go down to about 36, 37 a game. But you got to get productivity, as we said, from the bench bunch for that to happen.
Well, that's the key. Finding guys that can help offensively.
Now Eddie Gill, a lot of contact there, and that's going to be the veteran Eric Snow on a blocking foul, according to referee Kenny Mauer.
He swung the ball. Eric Snow, as you can see, was just a little bit late there. Stuck the knee in, wasn't able to get the charging foul, got the block.
Cavaliers, the 3rd best record in the NBA in preseason, and Paul Silas's club wins 6 of 8, and Mark, they said in preseason, not that important, but don't you think for a club that's Jones goes in the hole, and that's going to be a goaltend. Sasha Pavlovich, good look from Ron Artest, but for a club that's trying to incorporate 8 new pieces, chemistry important, but getting that winning feeling is also something that can't be diminished, can it?
No, it can't. And I know some people say preseason is not important, that you don't have to win games, but it's always nice to win games, like you said, and get that winning feeling.
Riders lead up to 9 now, the biggest of the night. Tractor trailer in the crowd. And look at the big man with that finger roll and reversed it off the glass. Tractor trailer's been strong.
He has been strong, and obviously one of the things that's kept him from being consistent over the years is keeping his weight down. It looks like he's got himself in great shape right now.
Well, Jonathan Bender not shy about hoisting the deep jumpers. Trailer will leak out. Ira Newble to the hole. Newble will finish. Ira Newble wasn't healthy at the beginning of last season, but Mark Ira's intriguing because he's solid as a defender and can get out and run on the wings as well.
Well, he's had obviously an interesting, as you see, an offensive foul that time by Indiana, but Ira Newble's had an interesting trip to the NBA. I remember him actually playing for my dad, believe it or not, in Enid, Oklahoma, for the Oklahoma Storm.
That's right, before he first signed on with San Antonio.
A long way from Enid, Oklahoma to the NBA, man.
Not for the Price family. Tractor trailer's going to fade away. Got it. Robert Traylor feeling it and hearing it from this sold-out throng at the gun.
I'll tell you what, Robert Traylor's playing pretty good basketball right now.
The tractor was 7, 6-0 Cavalier run.
He's even trying to get the crowd going here a little bit, Michael. Get them fired up. This is opening night. Let's have some fun.
And Robert Traylor and the Cavaliers doing that. Lead down to 3 when we get you back on FSN Ohio.
You might think this is a Colorado blue spruce from Lighthouse with an elegantly tapered profile and over 2,000 built-in crystal clear lights. But actually, it's your new holiday tradition. Wow. From 4 to 14 feet, Lighthouse carries the area's largest selection of pre-lit permanent trees. Trees you'll be proud to own year after year. And since Lighthouse also has a remarkable collection of ornaments and trimmings, one visit is all it takes to make Christmas come alive.
Lighthouse, this is the life.
First ever G6. The next official performance machine of the NCAA.
There are diamond rings, and then there are diamond rings from Jared the Galleria of Jewelry.
So? He went to Jared!
He went to Jared. Whatever the occasion, you can count on Jared to make it unforgettable. After all, why settle when you can select?
That's Jared's choice.
From the classic to the contemporary, you'll find something as unique as she is.
That's Jared's style.
One look and everyone will say,
he went to Jared. That's Jared.
Robert Tractor Trailer has keynoted this Cavaliers surge in just about every part of the stat sheet imaginable since he came off the bench. 7 of the last 9 Cavalier points. Couple boards, couple block shots to go along with it for the Tractor. All right, let us, for the first time this year, get your ticket caps on. There's our little friend, the Aflac Duck, waddling into your living room. And Aflac Trivia Question time. All right, Mark Price, we'll let you think about this for a minute. Who's the only current Cavalier who was in the Cavaliers opening night starting lineup 2 seasons ago that's still on this ball club? One to think about. We'll let everybody think about that for a minute, and then we'll revisit coming up in a couple of moments.
Any hints?
Any hints for you? Let's see. He was not born in this country. That's my hint to you.
Okay.
I always take care of you, partner.
I appreciate it.
That's an opening night hit for you. You think about it as we look at the numbers on Tractor Trailer and our guys with all the numbers tonight. Tommy Boschenik here courtside, of course, the master, and Carl Cronenberger, Mike Pachta handling things in the truck with Bob Zink as well. Good to have that quartet back with us this year. Our test will fade away and came up front rim. Austin Crozier had it and lost it. Cavaliers will push, and Eric Snow got held by Jamal Tinsley. Mark, you talked about it. When the Cavaliers could turn the floor over, they want to do it because they feel they've got the depth to be able to run for 48 minutes a night.
No question. They definitely, the tempo has switched to the Cavaliers' favor here in the second quarter. A lot of it because it started on the defensive end. They've done a much better job of contesting shots, rebounding the ball, and then pushing the ball up the floor.
Oh, just inside the halfway point of quarter number 2. Williams to set that pick and now roll with Eric Snow. Scott Williams will drain that jumper. Mark, last year in here with Dallas in the start against the Cavaliers, he went 7 of 8 from the floor and helped the Mavericks walk away with a win in a spot starting role.
Well, he has that ability to hit that 15-foot jump shot, and that's the shot he likes to take.
That strong slashing move from Fred Jones, but it wouldn't go down. Crozier gave it up. Ron Artest way too strong, and Pavlovich showing you those lively legs of his. Cavaliers could take the lead on this trip. Williams for the lead. Scott got a little bit over exuberant.
Well, he hit that first one, thought he was feeling good there, Michael.
You shooters. Now Tinsley trying to use that Scott Pollard pick in Indiana tonight without Jermaine O'Neal, Reggie Miller, Jeff Foster, and Anthony Johnson, 4 of their first 9 in the rotation. That Cavalier foul is going to go on, I believe, Scott Williams. And with that, Paul Silas is going to ask for and get a Cavalier timeout. All right, opening night with the Cavaliers making.
I really like the Amante. It has so much room.
Yeah, but I love the Sorrento. It's got the 4-wheel drive.
I don't know.
May I?
Okay. Oh.
Somebody likes the Sedona.
Kia is doing whatever it takes to help you get into a new car, like offering cash back on our 10-year warranty on the kid-friendly Sedona. Visit your local Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Critics have called it strikingly original, a timeless masterpiece, and breathtaking. You will call it sensational. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Eve and Other Stories Live. 2 shows December 11th at Gund Arena. Spend an evening with the most stirring and powerful blend of rock and classical music ever heard. Reserve seats are on sale now at the box office, Ticketmaster, or charge by phone. Pick up the new CD, The Lost Christmas Eve, in stores now and available at Sam Goody and Media Play.
Oh, look at some of the excitement inside Gund Arena. Link Hayes from the Mod Squad, ×3, Mark Price. Very well coiffed are the guys here this evening at the Gun. All right, we have given Mark Price and all of you far too much time to revisit and answer our Aflac trivia question. All right, who's the only Cavalier that was in the starting lineup with his ball club 2 years ago? My hint to you was that he was born not in this country, but in Senegal.
Sagana Diop.
Hey, Price is 1 for 1 to start the year. Ricky Davis, Bimbo Coles, Tyrone Hill. That was Zydrunas Ilgauskas the last time he was injured.
Right.
Didn't start the year with the Cavaliers. As Crozier now went hard to the hole, and that's an offensive foul. And that veteran Scott Williams, that's what 15 years will do for you, Mark. It'll get you a whistle once in a while with contact.
It sure will. But I tell you, the reason the Cavs have turned it around here in the second quarter, Michael, is the defensive end. No question. Indiana shot the ball 55% in the first quarter, and yet here in the second quarter, the Cavs have held them to 32% shooting. So play good defense, you give yourself a chance to win.
When should we put a gold star by number 32 with regard to that? As Tractor Trailer got this whole thing ignited.
He definitely got it started.
All right, Jeff McGinnis is back. Trailer's going to fade away. Williams to clean it up, but that's going to be a loose ball foul that's going to go on Scott Williams.
Well, being around 15 years, you still can't push guys out of the way, so you don't get all the breaks when you're out there. But Scott Williams has come in and done his job, and we're going to bring Z back in the game and see if we can't finish this first half strong.
Yeah. Indiana without any points in the last 3 minutes, so Zadrunas has rejoined LeBron James, Jeff McGinnis, Eric Snow, a tractor trailer. So here's the first time we're seeing Jeff McGinnis and Eric Snow together in the backcourt for Paul Silas. This is probably how Silas will close games. Tractor trailer up strong to take down the Tinsley miss. Cavaliers will push. Jeff McGinnis slashing to the hoop. Did not stay in the hole for McGinnis. Jeff 0 for 5. James on the steal. LeBron James didn't get it to fall, but he's going to the free throw line. Hanging in midair and getting this crowd excited here at the Gun. And we'll take a look at our Jared's Gallery of Jewelry Shining Star. Mark, how about that for a rookie season in the NBA last year? He was the Rookie of the Year. And, of course, as we said, only Oscar Robertson and Michael Jordan have put up numbers like that in their first year in this league.
Not only that, but I don't know that anybody's ever had as much hype and expectation coming into the league as LeBron James had. So to overcome that and still play as well as he did says a lot about this young man.
You think back to your first season out of Georgia Tech as LeBron hits a couple. You come in here as a second-round selection, 86, 87. Can you imagine being under that kind of scrutiny and that kind of fanfare trying to find your way in this league as he was?
No, and I was 22 years old. You're talking about an 18-year-old. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing what he accomplished.
Steven Jackson on the putback there. Steven Jackson now with 8 as the Cavaliers lost Jackson on the weak side after they had taken their first lead of the night on the LeBron James free throw hits. Robert Traylor is going to get whistled for an offensive foul. Tractor with that wide body planted Scott Pollard and drew the whistle.
And Scott Pollard does what Scott Pollard does, and that's play good defense, puts his body on people. And, you know, he's done a terrific job for Indiana tonight considering the minutes he's having to play.
Indiana by 1 if you're just joining us. The Pacers come in beat up by injury. Now Jackson wanted to attack inside. And that whistle is going to go on Robert Traylor. Pollard rolled to the hoop and Jackson fouled him and Pollard's going to the free throw line. Team 4.
This is basic driving. Zadrunas has to pick up the ball as he travels, makes the pass, and Pollard takes it up strong to the rack.
Scott Pollard, the veteran, out of Kansas in his 8th year, and in a moment, the Cavalier Kansas Jayhawk, Drew Gooden, who's making his first appearance in a wine and gold, is going to check back in as Pollard misses his first. And for Drew Gooden, who had the sensational double-double preseason, well, let's listen to how Robert Traylor will hear it from this Cavalier crowd. Robert, stuff of the stat sheet in 9 minutes with 7 points, 3 boards, an assist, and a couple of blocks.
Well, he's a big reason the Cavaliers are in this ball game right now. He brought some energy to the table in the second quarter, and not only on the defensive end, but the offensive end.
Pollard missed them both, and that is Drew Gooden's first rebound of what the Cavaliers hope is about 10,000 or so through the next dozen years. Is getting back on the floor to give Tractor Trailer a respite and to set that pick for LeBron James. Tough jumper from James, didn't get to the iron. Inside the 3-minute mark now. Indiana with a basketball and up 1. Pretty reverse down deep in the paint from Ron Artest as Tinsley found him.
Well, Artest just has that wide body. If he buries you that deep underneath the basket, you're in trouble.
Artest now with a dozen. Bump Indiana's lead to 3 again. Eric Snow turned the corner. LeBron James not able to triple. Steven Jackson in a hurry.
Less than 2 minutes remaining, first half.
Inside the 2-minute mark now as Jackson used the Pollard pick. Off the leg of Drew Gooden, and it'll stay with the Indiana Pacers. Well, obviously, the defection of Carlos Boozer, one that stunned the Cavalier organization, but Jim Paxson rebounded quickly and getting one of the top young power forwards in the game to come in here, and Drew Gooden.
Well, as you mentioned, Drew had a tremendous preseason. Showed a lot of energy on the defensive glass, offensive glass. Showed a lot of potential as a guy that consistently has to learn to do that night in and night out.
That's a 24-second violation. As Indiana probably made a couple passes too many. Jackson and Artest trying to find Austin Crozier. Well, do they get Crozier with the offensive foul instead? All right. Instead of the 24-second violation, give the offensive foul to Austin Crozier as third.
As depleted as Indiana is with injuries, they can't afford their next guys to get in foul trouble, and that's the third for Crozier. We got Artest has 2 on him right now, so that's going to be something to watch for the rest of the ball game.
90 seconds left of this first half. Cavaliers down by 3 and with the basketball. Gooden wants a post up against Jackson. Drew Gooden got it rejected by Pollard. Now Kinsley quickly to the offensive end. Pretty give up to Artest, and he will get to the free throw line. As this Indiana ball club staying strong defensively, and they're still picking their spot smart to try to turn over the floor in transition.
Well, they're a veteran team. All these guys have played together now for a while, other than Jackson, who's new to the team. But you look at their roster, and they get all their guys back, Michael. This is a team that's definitely going to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah, the 61 wins a year ago, the best mark in the NBA, 61-21. And it amazed me. Yeah, they're a veteran crew as you look at Reggie Miller with, of course, that soft cast on the left hand after he broke a bone. But 27-14 on the road last year for Indiana, as Artest just bricked a couple of throws. So they know how to win away from their Conseco Fieldhouse home.
So they're going to battle you night in, night out. It doesn't matter who's on the floor. That's a credit to Rick Carlisle and his coaching staff.
Britton almost lost it. Now McGinnis will raise up. Jeff McGinnis not able to find the mark here in the opening half. Again, the push. Artest got it to fall and one. As Indiana running the floor, and Artest finish. It'll get to the free throw line on a Cavalier foul on Jeff McGinnis.
Jeff also, who had a great preseason. As you see, the Pacers coming down here, and they're just playing up-tempo basketball here at the end of the first half, extending the lead a little bit.
Cavaliers have missed 7 straight on the offensive end, and have yet to get their 2 leading scorers, 2 of their leading scorers, Drew Gooden and Jeff McGinnis, into the book here with anything offensively in the opening half.
Now, Jeff played tremendously well in the preseason. He's just struggled tonight. Can't get the ball to go down, and just been out of sync most of the night.
All right, the lead is 6 now. James against Artest, using the Ilgauskas pick. LeBron wanted to find Z inside, and this is going to result in the solo run out and throw down for Freddie Jones, and the Indiana lead is up to 8.
That was just an ill-advised pass by LeBron last time down the floor. Cavs trying to force something instead of just working it around and being a little bit patient. They're going to hold it here for the last shot of the first half.
Cavaliers have taken a lead by 1, and now Indiana's rolled off 9 straight. Shot clock now at 7. Eric Snow baseline. Snow on the reverse. Ilgauskas with a couple of stickbacks. On the third, he finally got it to fall, and he's screaming for a whistle. As that ends the first half. 24 minutes in the books as Zydrunas Ilgauskas stayed with it on the offensive glass. Z leading the Cavaliers with 16. LeBron James with 11. And the Cavaliers down by 6. Don't go away. A lot of halftime coming up. Don't move.
Make the holidays special this year with Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Starting November 1st, 6 lucky winners will win a $250 Jared the Gallery of Jewelry gift card. Just send a postcard to the address below, including your name, age, address, and phone number, or register at www.fsnohio.com. So make the holidays special this year and get registered for the ultimate holiday giveaway. Sponsored by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. After every Cavaliers game on FSN Ohio, relive the magic, the majesty, the fun, and how it all gets done. Watch Cavaliers in the Post, presented by Pontiac.
The first ever G6. See your Northern Ohio Pontiac dealer.
Cavaliers in the Post on FSN Ohio is presented by Pontiac.
Is it possible to actually get Wendy's delicious home-style chicken strips home? Those tender strips of whole breast filet just waiting to be dipped in one of our 3 tempting sauces? Yes, but why delay the joy? Try our home-style chicken strips. Wendy's, it's better here. Our pickup window is open till midnight or later.
To be absolutely sure I'm getting the lowest prices on electronics, I feel like I need a sign from above. That'll work.
I guess you're just what I need. At Circuit City, you'll find unbeatable prices guaranteed. Save $280 on this feature pack compact notebook computer. Just $749.99 after mail-in rebates, price break, and instant savings.
When you're a family as incredible as the Incredibles, you need incredible technology, like SBC Yahoo DSL and SBC Dish Network.
Dad, it's starting!
Game time.
Now get DSL and satellite TV for about $57 a month, and get 4 tickets to see The Incredibles, a Disney presentation of a Pixar film.
Tomorrow, get ready for Blue Jackets Classics, followed by IMAX. Then stay tuned for Totally NASCAR, tomorrow on FSN Ohio.
You're watching FSN.
Halftime here at Gund Arena. The Cavaliers trail 46-40 as the Cavaliers have opening night here in downtown Cleveland. Hi, everybody. Welcome back for the halftime report. I'm Andy Baskin. This is Austin Carl. Austin, take a look at that first half. Sluggish, not a lot of chemistry in the first quarter. Then the bench comes in second quarter, and they start to get something done.
Well, Andy, what we saw in the first half was this. When you have preseason, a lot of things happen good for you. But when you get into real season and it's real action time, what happens is everything seems to go back to what you are used to doing. Cavaliers were a little out of sync in that first half.
All right, statistically, the Cavaliers trying to get things going here, make things happen a little bit more. And what do they need to do here in the second half?
Well, continue to work the offense, and defensively is where they're having the problems. They got to stop them in the paint. Artest is having his way in the paint. They're getting dunk shots. They're getting a lot of things that they shouldn't get. They got to tighten up defensively.
All right, AC, let's talk a little bit about our key matchup that we talked about earlier today, and we actually changed it to Ron Artest going up against LeBron James. Artest, we didn't think was going to play tonight, and all of a sudden he steps out in the first half. He's looked pretty good with 15 points. Not too shabby.
No. Well, it's the old bait and switch that they wanted to sucker the Cavaliers into believing he wasn't going to play, and then have him come out in uniform. And the first half, it worked, it seemed.
All right, AC, what do they need to do here in the second half?
Well, I think the second half, what we saw in that first half was the second team really stepping up and bringing the Cavs back into it. They're going to have to bring that energy, but the first team is going to have to find more people to score other than LeBron and Z.
All right, AC, we'll see you after the game on Cavaliers in the Post. We come back, we'll have all the highlights for you. Zydrunas Ilgauskas in the first half with 16-12 in the first quarter. More coming up after this.
What a wicked game to play,
sweetie,
to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say.
I love you.
You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do.
After every Cavaliers game on FSN Ohio, relive the magic, the majesty, the fun, and how it all gets done. Watch Cavaliers in the Post, presented by Pontiac.
First ever G6. See your Northern Ohio Pontiac dealer.
Cavaliers in the Post on FSN Ohio is presented by Pontiac.
What will you do now that the Toyota Tundra has more power?
Buy another snowmobile. I'm gonna rip out some stumps. I'm gonna get my tools back from my neighbor.
With an enhanced 282 horsepower iForce V8, you can do more. Tundra Double Cab. Now that's moving you forward.
Inside that digital camera is something familiar, a battery. And while you might think all batteries are the same, consider what happened here last winter when a heart stopped and his life depended on a Zoll defibrillator. And when Zoll chooses a battery, they trust Duracell. So whether it's saving a moment or saving a life, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
The Jackson 4. The $4 bill. The starting 4. Hey there, buddy, give me a high 4. Sound funny? Thank goodness for the Cavaliers Mini Bobblehead Series. With 5 great mini bobblehead giveaway nights, the number 5 can regain its rightful position in the world. But whatever you do, make sure you collect, you guessed it, all 5. November 10th is Z Mini Bobblehead Night with the Cavaliers. Tickets on sale now.
Cavaliers basketball on FSN Ohio is being brought to you by Dodge. To get anywhere, you've got to grab life by the horns. Dodge. The Cavaliers will look for their first opening night win at home in the last couple of seasons here at the Gun. Still 24 minutes of basketball to go. Don't you move. Third quarter coming up next on FSN Ohio.
I really like the Amante. It has so much room.
Yeah, but I love the Sorrento. It's got the 4-wheel drive.
Well, I don't know.
May I?
Okay. Oh.
Somebody likes the Sedona.
Kia is doing whatever it takes to help you get into a new car, like offering cash back on our 10-year warranty on the kid-friendly Sedona. Visit your local Kia retailers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
So tell me again why shrimp makes sense at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I want to be a part of something great. And no offense, but your menu's more than chicken. I'd go great with your 12 sauces, and I'll work my tail off.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Put her there.
Oh. Sorry.
Introducing popcorn shrimp. With a light peppercorn garlic breading, it's served with your favorite sauce. Try it with an ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Yeah, good luck.
Now with shrimp. It's time to think inside the box. Juicy beef, 2 kinds of beans, tomatoes, onions, peppers, preservative-free. It's all inside. Stag chili is the chili lovers love.
Come on, Cap.
Nice.
I'll be right back. Watch your seat, huh?
Yeah, I got on here. Sorry, my buddy's sitting there. Hello? You'll be fine.
What'd I miss?
Just a little D.
Rolling Cash 5 is the way to go. Starts at 100 grand and then it grows. Where it stops, no one knows. This game rocks cause the jackpot rolls.
Now you can play Rolling Cash 5, the Ohio Lottery's new Pick 5 game. The jackpot starts at $100,000 and rolls until it's hit. Play Rolling Cash 5 6 days a week.
This game rocks cause the jackpot rolls.
This is the Sports List
With Summer Sanders.
the show that counts down anything
And everything.
in the world of sports.
The Sports List, tonight on FSN.
You're watching FSN.
Hotel accommodations provided by the Radisson Hotel at Gateway. The Radisson at Gateway is minutes from many of downtown's finest eateries, shopping, and the historic Playhouse Square District. For reservations, call 216-377-9000. Transportation has been provided by Limousine Service of Cleveland. Michael Cipriani presents the Cars of the Stars. From limousines, vans, sedans, and buses, Limousine Service of Cleveland is waiting to serve you. Call 440-234-LIMO.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
24 minutes in the books at the gun. Cavaliers find themselves down by 6 on opening night, and for the Cavaliers, it pretty much Zydrunas Ilgauskas, LeBron James, and that man, Robert Tractor Trailer, providing all the first half firepower. And Mark, the Cavaliers only shoot 38%, but there early on, LeBron James and Zydrunas Ilgauskas had the two-man game going.
As you see, a little pick and roll action, just a great pass as Z dives down. Here you go, LeBron just taking it to the rim. Nothing you can do about that, that's for sure. Here we go, see Indiana. There's Ron Artest, who did a lot of damage inside in the first half, playing inside on the post. And this is the guy that was really the player for the Cavs in the first half. Robert Tractor Trailer came out, played with a lot of energy, Michael, in that first half.
Oh, no question about it, with the 7 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of blocked shots. But the Cavaliers, again, only 38%. Zydrunas was special. So was LeBron and Trailer, but Jeff Bagitis and Drew Gooden have not gotten off the schneid yet. The Cavaliers will look for that in quarter number 3. What's going to transpire in the second half? That's why you're here. Come on back with us. We'll get it rolling in a moment.
Lurking somewhere in this small business is a competitive edge. An invisible asset that turns their most basic tool into their most productive one. It's not their phone, it's how they use it. SBC Business Unlimited, $48.95 a month flat for unlimited long-distance toll and local calls. Hundreds of thousands of others have Business Unlimited. Do you?
When you're looking for a new car, there are a lot of ways you could go. But there's one way that gives you a great deal on a great car, Toyota Camry. Now get a new 05 Camry with 1.9 financing for 36 months, or get $500 cash back. Or lease a new Camry LE for just $199 a month for 36 months with $23.99 due at signing. That's $199 a month for a new Camry. So relax. You got a great deal because you got a great car. See your Toyota dealer before it all ends November 30th.
Make the holidays special this year with Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Starting November 1st, 6 lucky winners will win a $250 Jared the Gallery of Jewelry gift card. Just send a postcard to the address below, including your name, age, address, and phone number, or register at www.fsnohio.com. So make the holidays special this year and get registered for the ultimate holiday giveaway. Sponsored by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
November 15th is LeBron James bobblehead night, and all fans in attendance will receive a retro-style hardwood classics bobblehead featuring LeBron James and the Cavaliers' 35th anniversary wine and gold uniform. Presented by KeyBank. Tickets on sale now.
Yo, I'm LeBron James. Come check us out November 15th against Golden State. Come get your beautiful hardwood classic bobblehead of me, myself.
Whoa. Oh.
The all-new Dodge Dakota.
Nice, yeah.
With the only V8 in its class.
This is gonna look great in our bedroom. You are such an
And the most overall interior room.
wonderful man.
Very colorful indeed. Part of the, of course, new LeBron James Nike commercial spot reel. It's rolling coast to coast for everybody. And, of course, LeBron embarking about his second season. And we sat LeBron down and asked him about how he feels now knowing that there's a bullseye on his back and being a marked man each and every night in the NBA wars.
I love challenges. That's what I thrive for. That's what I live for. I'm always a marked man. I carry myself like that. I mean, I have no problem with being the person that everybody want to come at, or everybody's looking forward to playing. I mean, that just brings a smile on my face, and that just brings the competitiveness out of me, because I love to compete, and and with the guys that I got behind me, I mean, we up for any battle.
Well, I think LeBron James, obviously, as he becomes and establishes himself as one of the stars of this league, when you go play in any arena, Michael, they expect to see the star play, and that is a lot of pressure Michael Jordan, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnson have all had to deal with it, and this young man is going to have to deal with that too.
And he seems to readily accept that and realize it's going to come. All right, settle back, and let's start quarter number 3 now. Artest is going to squeeze the trigger and come up short on that first jumper here on Indiana's first possession of the third quarter. So keep an eye on Jeff McGinnis and Drew Gooden to see if they can get off the schneid here in the quarter number 3.
I'd be surprised if Paul Silas didn't address that at halftime and try to see if they can't get one of those guys going early here in the second half.
Cavaliers come back with Jeff McGinnis and Lucius Harris, Adrunas Ilgauskas, Drew Gooden, and LeBron James. Z will fade baseline and got the rolls. Adrunas touched it up. Z with 18 as he has come strong on his 7 of 12 to go along with 9 boards.
We talked about that early being a key. The Cavs really should go to Z early and often, we talked about, because Pacers don't have anybody to match up with him down there.
Off the Crozier missed 3. Cavaliers could cut it to 2. McGinnis off the float. Got it. That may get him going. Mark is in between game, and off penetration, he's able to pull up and hit that difficult 8-9 footer in the middle of the paint.
That's his comfort zone. He likes dribbling in there. As you see Tinsley dribbling the ball up, making a pass to Pollard. And there we go with Drew Gooden getting the rebound, pushing it up. But Jeff likes that mid-range game, likes getting the ball inside and shooting that 8 to 10 foot shot.
Well, the Cavaliers will give Scott Pollard all the 50-foot face-up jumpers he wants. Gooden in the paint. Drew Gooden with his first hoop as a Cavalier as he buried Crozier inside and went to work. And just like that, the Cavaliers start out at a 6-0 run. It's all even, and Rick Carlisle wants an Indiana Pacer timeout. So Jeff McGinnis and Drew Gooden involved now, early third.
First ever G6.
So, what do you think?
In the time it takes to take out the trash, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Let's get campy.
New clothes are fun, but they won't save you money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
And the wheel goes round and round. The wheel goes round and round. The wheel goes round and round.
That gentleman right there, the tractor Robert Traylor, gave the Cavaliers an energy-packed 9 minutes in the first half. Our McDonald's, I'm loving it. Mark Price, you talked about it. Energy personified from the tractor.
You see him blocking shots there. There's 1, there's 2. Just a lot of energy. Offensive glass, getting the bucket, 3-point play. There's another chance. Look at his as big a guy as he is, he's got nice hands.
And when Tractor was on the floor in that 9-minute stretch in the first half, the Cavaliers were a +4 as they outscored Indiana 17-13, then went a -5 when it went down. Basketball coming right over our heads here. It'll be the Cavaliers to take the other way, as Cavaliers have gotten 4 straight stops now for Paul Silas. And hey, you look at Brendan Malone there on the left of your screen on Paul Silas's right, and there's Kenny Natt, part of the Cavaliers for 2 first-year assistant coaches this year. Ilgauskas in tight. Z drew contact. It'll get to the free throw line as Cavaliers look like they're out with a purpose and a presence here, Mark. Both ends to start the third.
Well, I think at the beginning of the game you saw the intensity level being set by the Indiana Pacers in the first quarter. Cavs did a better job in the second half getting back in the basketball game, and they're carrying that over right now in the third quarter. Let's see if they can continue setting that tempo and pace.
As Adrunas will now look to complete the pair. You look at Robert Traylor. You know the thing about Z, Mark, this is really 3 full years he's played in a row. We're talking about he's played 224 of the last 226 games. And the 2 he missed haven't been because of injury. They've been because of NBA suspension for Z. Those are the 2 he's missed in the last almost 3 years since he came back from that last foot surgery.
Pretty amazing for a guy who they talked about would he ever be able to play consistently in this league. He just had so many troubles early on with the injuries, so it's a great accomplishment for Z.
Well, you saw LeBron James and Drew Gooden both trying to deny Scott Pollard right around the cup. And LeBron James got whistled on that Cavalier foul as he and Gooden were both flying to try to take the basketball out of the air on the Pollard delivery.
Well, there's certain fouls that coaches call good fouls, Michael, and they love to see guys contesting shots. There you see Ron Artest doing what he's done all night tonight.
Yeah, that turned into a 4-point trip because Pollard had got the hoop on the goaltend. And Indiana now back on top. So a 4-point play in essence for the Indiana Pacers. Gooden will step out on the floor and raise up. Jamal Tinsley, point guard for Rick Carlisle. Artest with a left hand as again he had LeBron James on his hip, and Ron Artest now with 19. He and Zydrunas Ilgauskas lead their respective ball clubs. Z with 20.
He's making a real effort to back LeBron James down deep into the basket. That's about the 3rd or 4th time that's happened tonight. And he's just a strong guy. If he gets you down low, as you see Lucius Harris finally get on the board tonight. Hopefully we'll see more guys get involved here in the second half.
Harris draining that jumper. James will battle Artest. Artest will step back, and Drew Gooden will swallow up that Artest miss. Cavaliers are trying to tie it up, maybe take the lead. McGinnis is going to get to the free throw line as that veteran move. He got Jamal Tinsley off his feet.
Jamal Tinsley is second, team second. McGinnis at the line.
Here you see Artest. He just comes straight down the floor and just backs LeBron down underneath the basket. Anybody catches it down that low in this league, Michael.
And those are 2 very strong and well put together bodies. That man, Ron Artest, 6'7", about 245. LeBron James, 6'8", 245. And not a lot of body fat there between that duo.
No, 2 very strong, athletic young men.
Jeff McGinnis will split the pair from the free throw stripe. McGinnis with 3 here in the 3rd quarter. Indiana by 1. The makings of a good one going on. Probably come right down to the end. So settle back and put your feet up and enjoy it with us here on FSN Ohio on our debut here in this Cavaliers season opener. Artest wanted to reverse. Ilgauskas put it right back in his grill. And that's a 24-second violation, and that started with the rejection from Zydrunas Ilgauskas on Artest.
That was a good challenge to the shot that time by Z. Didn't let him get an easy layup, caused a 24-second clock to expire. And see if the Cavs can get over the hump here, Michael. They've been making the push, getting close. Hadn't really been able to take the lead so far.
Now Harris will come off that pick and lost the basketball, and Lucius got it right back. Gooden gave it up. Cavaliers will reset things with 16 on that shot clock. Harris for the lead. Never got to the rim. Lucius trying to keep it alive, but Artest will come away with it. Indiana by 1 and with it. Artest wants a post up against Lucius Harris. Jamal Tinsley wide open and misfired on that short J. Again, the Cavaliers will look to take the lead on this trip. Ilgauskas baseline. See, how about that for ad-libbing? Flipped it up over his head and it found the bottom of the well.
Thought he was going to get a foul on that call. He was looking for the foul, just threw it up. No foul call, but the ball goes in the basket.
Z with 22. Jackson got started on his dive to the hoop and got the Cavalier foul for Zydrunas Ilgauskas. You ever ad-lib like this, Mark Price?
I've ad-libbed a few times. But, who says Z doesn't have great footwork and hands down low? That's not an easy shot to make.
Well, it really does. I mean, when you think about it, Shaquille O'Neal's now in the Eastern Conference, but I go Shaquille O'Neal, Yao Ming, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. I mean, of the top 3 true centers in the NBA. I mean, Tim Duncan really plays the power forward in San Antonio. Jermaine O'Neal plays the 4 here in Indiana. Of the true centers, he's got to be thought of in that class.
I would definitely think he would be in the top 5 in the league. As far as centers goes, like you said, you don't see a lot of the pure post-up type centers anymore.
Steven Jackson only able to split the pair from the line. So Jackson now with 9, all even at 53 apiece. Ilgauskas left block against Pollard. Zeal fade and got a whistle. Is going to get to the free throw line as Jackson tried to come and help Scott Pollard. Mark
tried to come on the baseline, catch Z off guard, but he held his composure, saw him jump, got the foul on the shot.
Well, it's early and looking for chemistry and trying to incorporate 3 new parts in Drew Gooden and Lucius Harris. And, of course, this is Jeff McGinnis' first year completely with the Cavaliers. But in a half-court, Mark, obviously, sometimes does that come slower? Might it take some time for cohesiveness to develop on the offensive end?
It definitely takes longer because when you're running half-court sets, so much of it is being comfortable, knowing where guys are going to be, where they like shots, where on the floor do they like to catch the ball. All that comes into play. The more they play together, I think the more comfortable they're going to become in the half-court set.
Yeah, you're pretty much Paul Silas's words as well. Now, off the Ilgauskas 2 free throw makes, Cavaliers had that 2-point lead until Jackson made the good find to Scott Pollard, who got the easy deuce.
The one thing that's impressive about the Indiana team is they do a great job of cutting away from the basketball. That's about 6 or 7 times tonight they've gotten layups just cutting to the basket.
This LeBron James, Ron Artest battle, very physical, very muscular. James will raise up. There's Gooden on the offensive glass. McGinnis will slap. Ilgauskas came up short. Cavaliers with their 3rd opportunity. LeBron with an offensive foul. Lucius Harris not able to splash that 3. This crowd wanted to raise up with Lucius here at Gund Arena.
They certainly did.
This is Steven Jackson. Artest will whirl on James. Jackson will load up the 3. That wouldn't fall.
Neither team has shot the ball extremely well from the outside tonight. I don't know if it's the first game, just trying to get a feel, but there's been some good looks. Just haven't been able to knock them down.
Ilgauskas again off this left block. Zeal wheel through the paint. Perfect swinging up that hook.
Indiana doesn't have an answer for Z in the low post.
Got 26 on the night, does Zydrunas, and LeBron James is going to get whistled for putting too much body on Ron Artest.
Second, team 3rd.
It's just a nice drop step by Z that time. He covered a lot of ground in that one big step there.
We're envious, huh? At 7'3", you could do that. Z very with the ability to either spin baseline or, of course, use that drop step and get in the paint. Crozier thought about the 3, and now will lace that line drive jumper to pull Indiana even.
Just did a nice job of getting Gooden off his feet and stepped in and knocked down the jump shot.
Austin Crozier, 2 for 4 from the floor tonight. He's got a half dozen. Now the swing will find Jeff McGinnis. Gooden wants a post up. Shot clock at 5. Drew Gooden's got to get busy. Shot clock at 1. Drew Gooden will bury the jumper.
Tell you what, that was a nice move. He didn't like his post-up position. He just turned and faced up. Made a nice shot.
Now Crozier gave it up to Scott Pollard. Lucius Harris will clean up the Pollard miss. Cavaliers trying to build this lead a little bit here now. Under 4 minutes left in the 3rd. Harris baseline. Oh, Lucius going to come up short. Jackson may have got a piece.
I tell you, both teams right now doing a good job on the defensive end, making every shot tough.
Steven Jackson felt the double team. Came up short. Drew Gooden starting to get more active now up around that rack.
done a much better job here in the second half with the energy he's come out with on the offense and defensive glass.
He's got 6 boards, and 5 of them have come here in the third quarter. James gave it up. Shot clock now will come to 5. Ilgauskas fading away. Got it. Feeling it here tonight at the gun. Zadrunas with 12 of his 28 here in the third quarter.
I'll tell you what, the Cavs ought to go there as often as possible, Michael. Yeah. Indiana doesn't have an answer for him tonight.
Zadrunas Ilgauskas hit Indiana with a dozen in the first quarter. He's answered with 12 more here in the third. Soft from 14 feet, Cavaliers by 4.
Make the holidays special this year with Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Starting November 1st, 6 lucky winners will win a $250 Jared the Gallery of Jewelry gift card. Just send a postcard to the address below, including your name, age, address, and phone number, or register at www.fsnohio.com. So make the holidays special this year and get registered for the ultimate holiday giveaway. Sponsored by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Come on, Cavs!
Nice.
I'll be right back. Watch your seat, huh?
Yeah, I got on here. Sorry, my buddy's sitting there. Hello? You'll be fine.
Know what I miss?
Just a little D.
You think you're super bad? I'm super bad. Shizzle! You ain't got no game, brother! You ain't got no game, brother!
A lot of opening night excitement and enthusiasm here at the Guns. Zadrunas Ilgauskas huge tonight with the 28 points, 12 boards. Cavaliers have opened up this 4-point lead. All right, Cavalier fans, this year you'll again have the opportunity to text message or email Mark Price or yours truly on your Alltel wireless phone at alltel@fsnohio.com. And we'll take all questions from all comers and try to give an answer that makes some kind of sense, Mark.
If we don't know the answer, we'll come up with something that sounds good anyway.
There's Zadrunas Ilgauskas, as we said, a dozen in the opening quarter. And you said it, partner, he's come out and become, again, the focal point here in quarter number 3, and Indiana doesn't have much of an answer.
We talked about that at the beginning of the game. We really felt Cavs could go to Z. They'd have a great opportunity to win this basketball game, and right now it's playing right into their hands.
Indiana out-rebounded the Cavaliers in that first quarter, but since that time, and of course that's Drew Gooden now with 5 of these rebounds here in the third. The Cavaliers have outboarded the Pacers as Rick Carlisle goes to get Jonathan Bender, the 7-footer back. Bender's going to spin on Gooden. LeBron James up strong to take off the Bender miss. LeBron with his 4th board of the night. Cavaliers again trying to talk about opening some daylight, Mark. They can go up 6, maybe 7 on this trip. Z off that pick and roll. Ilgauskas had it hang on the rim and wouldn't drop.
That was a nice read that time on the pick and roll. Just dove to the basket. Wasn't able to get the score.
Oh, pretty fine from Jamal Tinsley as he got Jonathan Bender going to work underneath the rack.
Bender's been effective tonight when he's been in the game for Indiana. Gives him another offensive punch.
Pacers back to within 2. Ron Artest has kept LeBron James quiet here in quarter number 3.
2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes.
Now McGinnis to use the Gooden pick. Cavaliers got to get it up. McGinnis to triple. Beat that 24-second clock as we're inside the 2-minute mark now here in quarter number 3 with Indiana with a chance to tie it up. Maybe they regain the lead on this trip. What happened now is Artest wasn't able to save. Turnover on the Indiana Pacers as Sasha Pavlovich and Tractor Trailer shed the warm-ups. They'll return for Paul Silas. Well, the tractor being greeted very enthusiastically after that first half performance.
We had a terrific first half performance. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks. That's called being active, as they say, as a coach. And we'll see if he can come out and supply some more energy in the second half of the Cavs.
Indiana's going to match up 7-foot Jonathan Bender with him, but the mass and the size advantage. Definitely go with Robert Traylor, as he should be able to get anything he wants. And right away, Mark, we talk about that. Bender can't not deny Robert from establishing position.
Well, Bender's having to play inside tonight. Typically, even at 7 feet, he plays out at like a 3 spot on the floor. But they're looking for guys that can take up some space on the inside tonight due to their injuries.
Cavaliers come back with 14 in that shot clock now. Sasha Pavlovich to raise up and splashing the 3. Big time hit from the young man from Serbia, Montenegro, right off the bench.
Well, Sasha's played well tonight as well. Come in and shot the ball well, which is not always easy to do, Michael, coming in off the bench.
How would you know? You shoot it in your sleep. And shoot it very well, as we know. And speaking of being able to knock down tough jumpers, Ron Artest over LeBron James there. Artest now with 21.
Indiana once again being resilient, trying not to let this lead get out of hand.
Cavaliers by 3. Ilgauskas a wheel baseline. Artest picked his pocket. Cavalier bench wanted a whistle.
Picked his pocket and about everything else, I think, on that play.
This is Eddie Gill just off the bench and burying a jumper. Eddie Gill backing up Jamal Tinsley at the point guard spot. Cavalier lead back down to 1. About a second and a half between game and shot clock here. Cavaliers can about use it all.
Well, they're going to take it down as far as they can. Hopefully get the last shot up to the quarter.
Trying to add to this 1-point lead. LeBron James to triple. Got it. Nothing but nylon for LeBron James. A couple of 3-point bombs have gone down for the Cavaliers. And that will end quarter number 3. Sasha Pavlovich first. LeBron James follows after Zydrunas Ilgauskas hit Indiana with a 12-point third quarter. Cavaliers outscoring the Pacers by 10. Open up a 4-point lead. Winning time, fourth quarter at 2, straight ahead.
And the wheel goes round and round. The wheel goes round and round. The wheel goes round and round.
When you're a family as incredible as the Incredibles, you need incredible technology, like SBC Yahoo DSL and SBC Dish Network.
Dad, it's starting!
Game time.
Now get DSL and satellite TV for about $57 a month, and get 4 tickets to see The Incredibles, a Disney presentation of a Pixar film.
Men, I think our racing team needs to reflect our Supercut sponsorship. So, make some changes. First off, we're gonna go to clear helmets so racing fans can see your fine Supercut hair.
Those are made out of glass.
Y'all be careful. Second, uniform change.
How are we supposed to drive? There's no armholes.
I haven't figured that one out yet, but we're working on it.
And I'm out of here.
Fellas,
you're out of your mind. That's not.
Where you going?
Supercuts, proud sponsor of Fitz Bradshaw Racing.
Can you drive a stick?
LeBron
Come on, Cavs!
Nice.
I'll be right back. Watch your seat, huh?
Yeah, I got on you. Sorry, my buddy's sitting there. Hello? You'll be fine.
What'd I miss?
Just a little D.
We're glad you're locked in right here with us on FSN Ohio. It's your home for Cavaliers basketball all year long. And the excitement and the colors. Ron the President here in the gun right from the get-go. And we welcome you back inside a very raucous Gund Arena. This building was sold out 17 times a year ago. Great to have you along with our producer Bob Pennell, director Doug Johnson, associate producer Lisa O'Leary, all of our crew. With Mark Price, I'm Michael Regai. There you see it, Mark. Cavaliers behind Zydrunas Ilgauskas outscored Indiana 27-17 in that third quarter. Now can they take home this 4-point lead?
Well, they played extremely well. Shot the ball 56% there in the third quarter, and trying to keep the momentum going and see if they can extend this lead a little bit.
Eric Snow now on the floor with Sasha Pavlovich, LeBron James, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who tracked the trailer. Shot clock at 4. Ilgauskas, tough jumper. Snow tried to keep it alive. Z had to elevate with that shot clock ready to expire.
They put Bender on Z that time.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't have the size, he has the long arms to challenge the shot.
That is Jonathan Bender, as you see him gliding his way through the paint and using the glass to pull Indiana back to within 2. Bender has 11.
He's played well tonight, and like I said earlier on, the Pacers would love for this young man to really come into his own.
He's getting a big opportunity here with the likes of Jermaine O'Neal and Reggie Miller out. Eric Snow had to give it up. LeBron James will sight up a 3. Indiana with an opportunity to tie it up as Eddie Gill quickly comes into the front court. Young rookie center David Harrison out of Colorado had a couple of shots swatted by tractor trailer on the floor. Fred Jones went glass. It went down. One more coming on the Sasha Pavlovich Cavalier foul. Eddie Jones was 6.
Made a hard drive to the basket. Sasha never was able to get his feet in front of him, cut him off, and he just rode him all the way to the basket.
Fred Jones, as we said, he played for Ernie Kent at Oregon with Cavaliers #1 pick Luke Jackson. As you see, Jeff McGinnis returning for Sasha Pavlovich. Pavlovich will sit down with 5 points in his Cavalier debut. Well, Fred Jones to complete the 3-point opportunity. This is a 6 lead change we've had tonight as Jones puts Indiana on top by 1 again.
I'll tell you what, they've been really resilient tonight and hanging in there. Both teams. It makes you wonder if this thing's not headed down to the wire here, Michael.
Yeah, kind of has the looks of that, doesn't it? Now tractor trailer against the rookie. Robert had it slapped away. That shot clock is at 3. Eric Snow barging his way to the hoop. It would not drop for Snow, and now Indiana with a chance to build on their lead. Jones got forced baseline where Williams showed up, but that was a terrible pass attempt from Freddie Jones. He wanted to swing that to the other corner. Trying to throw Indiana.
Trying to throw it to the other side of the floor. Unfortunately, the backboard got in the way on that pass. But you were talking about Oregon a couple minutes ago. Not only did Jones and Jackson play together on that team, there's another pretty good player that plays for Seattle, Luke Rittenauer, that was also on that team. That's not a bad little backcourt for a college team.
3 #1 draft selections. LeBron James thought about the 3. Eric Snow. There's going to be an offensive foul on Snow.
Eric Snow. Second.
That'll be number 2 on Snow. Steven Jackson will give a blow to Ron Artest, who will sit here early in the 4th quarter. Artest, a perfect, or rather, excuse me, 10 of 18 from the floor tonight for 21 points, going along with 7 boards. Jackson back in with 9.
Artest has had a very good game, but the Cavs have done a good job of holding Steven Jackson at bay, at least up to this point. As you see, a offensive foul there by Harrison at the top of the key. Good job by Eric Snow. But Jackson's their other big gun that they were looking for points from tonight, so hopefully the Cavs can continue to do a good job on him.
Cavaliers have hit a lull here offensively to open up quarter number 4. Indiana with 10 turnovers, 4 of them have come on offensive fouls. McGinnis looking at LeBron James. Jackson wants to front him. Again, that shot clock at 8. Jeff McGinnis. Shot clock at 4. Eric Snow to ring it up.
It's a good shot by Eric that time, but it still seems that the Cavs are a little bit out of sync on their offense.
Eric Snow, one of the last 6 years, of course, playing in that backcourt with Allen Iverson of the Philadelphia 76ers. Snow was able to allow Iverson to get off the ball, but that's what Eric Snow, Mark Price, does best with that veteran savvy. Taking that charge as you got third-year man Fred Jones to plant him offensive foul Jones.
Boy, he's a tough, hard-nosed defender. And like you said, that's what he does. He gets out and plays good position defense. He got the offensive foul that time.
Cavalier Brain Trust, Paul Silas, Steven Silas, Brendan Malone, Kenny Nat to talk about it. Cavaliers by 1.
You know, some people don't think what we do is a sport. That's because you can't get hurt doing it. Otherwise, we'd have that insurance. What insurance? What? Come again? The one that pays you cash. If you're hurt and can't work. Which one?
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
If a lunar rover can get out of a ditch on the moon, if a tugboat can tow an enormous freighter, if an M1 tank can have a heavy-duty Allison transmission, then why can't your truck? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. The GMC Sierra line of pickups. Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
Who took my Heineken?
Now the familiar number 25 hanging in the rafters. Must give you a great sense of pride to have your number hanging here in this building for which you gave 9 years of your basketball toil and sweat to, huh? As we look at our game summary tonight, of course, and for the Cavaliers, Indiana's done a job in the paint with the 46 points there, but the Cavaliers have been able to get to that free throw line and make things happen, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas has had the huge evening.
Let's see if the Cavs can execute. Paul Silas, I'm sure, is called to play, probably to get the ball into the hands of Jeff McGinnis and see if he can't make something happen, get him involved a little bit here at the end of this second half.
And right now, both Zydrunas Ilgauskas and LeBron James getting their fourth quarter respites on the bench of Paul Silas. McGinnis will turn the corner. Shot clock at 5. This is Jeff McGinnis. Williams tried to keep it alive. Jeff just 1 of 9 from the floor tonight after he shot extremely well preseason, and Jeff was going to get whistled trying to step in a passing lane. And that'll be the Cavaliers' second team foul here in the fourth quarter, number 2 on McGinnis. Cavaliers nursing this 1-point lead as we approach the 8-minute mark here on opening night.
Paul Silas obviously trying to buy a little time here with this unit, let his starters get some rest, particularly LeBron and Z. Problem is with this unit on the floor right now, you look at this unit and you wonder where the offense is going to come from, Michael.
Ira Newble, Scott Williams, Robert Traylor in the front line with Eric Snow and Jeff McGinnis. And Paul Silas saying that they're going to find from McGinnis to Scott Williams, and the veteran will get to the free throw strike. Good decision from Jeff McGinnis there, finding Scott Williams. Paul Silas was saying he did want to not have to play LeBron James and Zydrunas Ilgauskas extended minutes this year. As we take a look at our Corona miles away from ordinary, and I think we mentioned it earlier tonight, Mark, the only rookies ever with 20 points plus 5 boards plus 5 assists. LeBron James in very good company with a couple of fellows by the name of Robertson and Jordan.
Well, those guys did all right for themselves in this league.
You think, huh? Yeah, the big O. How about Oscar Robertson averaging a triple-double? Averaging it.
I've seen a little bit of tape of him. I never got the opportunity to really ever see him play. I would have loved to have seen that guy.
And a big O from grew up in Indianapolis, Cincinnati and Milwaukee. The swing found Steven Jackson. Cannot triple. Boy, Indiana tonight from beyond the arc has been a nightmare. They're just 1 of 11. Cavaliers by 3 and trying to build the lead again. Last touch down in that baseline. Jamal Tinsley and Ron Artest is going to return. So we'll let Rick Carlisle bought a couple of minutes with Artest, and the counter move is Paul Silas with LeBron James.
No question, trying to get guys a little bit of a breather here and there, and therein lies the cat and mouse game of the NBA coaching fraternity.
So you want to be a head coach in this league, huh? These are the kind of decisions that have to be made, probably a couple thousand of them on a nightly basis. Cavaliers got sloppy there and turned it over on the inbound. Tinsley wants Artest against Robert Traylor, and Tractor on the reach in. Ron Artest is going to get to the free throw line.
He's just so big and strong, Michael, when he gets the ball down on the low post. Even if he's got a bigger guy on him, he's able to create the contact and still hang on to the basketball.
And Ron Artest, of course, with the Chicago Bulls before coming to the Indiana Pacers. And there have been some missteps for Artest during the course of his NBA career. And, some might say he goes to the beat of his own drummer. But when he shows up at the gym, he shows up to play. There can be no doubt about that.
Well, he plays hard, but I really felt last year he made a big step maturity-wise in the way he handled himself. Really cut down on the flagrant fouls and technical fouls. Still trying to be aggressive out on the court, but do it within the framework of the game.
Well said. And once again, the Cavaliers get hit with a turnover. That's like those unforced errors in tennis. Cavaliers have had 2 in a row now without being able to get a shot attempt up. And Paul Silas is going to go grab Jeff McGinnis, maybe to get some order restored to the offensive end. Indiana could take the lead here.
This is a point in time in the game that ball possession is crucial.
LeBron James up with that strength to snatch off the Artest miss. James returning. LeBron with 14, glide into the hole. That'll get them out of their seats at the gun. The specialness of LeBron James.
That was just a terrific move. He drove it, got cut off, spinned, and just used his athletic ability to get to the rim.
Cavaliers by 3 again. Tractor Traylor with a rip away. Traylor overplaying Artest. Cavaliers by 3 and with it. We hit the halfway point here in quarter number 4. Great to have you part of it tonight on FSN Ohio. Is James feeling it? Tractor Traylor. Shot clock at 5. James will elevate. Misfired on that 3. Paul Silas yelling out encouragement to this Cavalier ball club. Artest in the paint. Another whistle. Cavalier foul is going to go on Robert Traylor?
Once again, Artest does a great job of just walking down the middle of the lane, getting the guy on his back and holding his position, drawing the foul.
Well, Messrs. Willard, Maurer, and Malloy will have to talk about it. Look at LeBron James, the Ultra Quicks, the reigning Rookie of the Year. Cavaliers by 3 when we get back.
Tonight on the Best Damn Sports Show, period, world champion Kevin Millar keeps his celebration going in studio. Plus ace pitcher Barry Zito and NBA legend Chris Mullin. Tonight at 11.
It's a mighty match showdown as College Football Saturday heats up on FSN Ohio. The Bowling Green Falcons want to climb to the top of the conference, and they're ready to take down the competition. But the Buckin' Broncos of Western Michigan are up for the challenge, and they're going to fight for a win. Watch the MAC action on College Football Saturday at 1 with Bowling Green, Western Michigan, right here on FSN Ohio. Zydrunas Ilgauskas and the contending Cavaliers Al Harrington's The High Flying Hawks. See what develops. Cavaliers, Hawks, Tuesday at 7:30 on FSN Ohio.
It's time to think inside the box. Juicy beef, 2 kinds of beans, tomatoes, onions, peppers, preservative-free. It's all inside. Stag chili is the chili lovers love.
Whether you like Jack Daniels mixed, straight, or on the rocks, there's really only one way to drink it. Responsibly.